Hi, TASC. On behalf of Montwood High School Student Council from TASC District 9, we are proud to present our project, Dare to Rise. I am Alondra Romero, Energy and Environment Chair Representative for my council.
Hey TASC, I'm Danny Gutierrez, the Student Body President at Montwood High School, and I will be one of your other presenters for the Dare to Rise Leadership Camp. So one of our main focuses for the Dare to Rise Leadership Camp was to show our student leaders how to network, how to advocate for their student voice, communication skills, teamwork, responsibility, and how all eyes are on student leaders when they don't even know it. The way we came up with these messages was through the TASC Summer Workshop. Everything that we learned within that whole week, we decided to choose the most important messages and condense it into one day. Our targeted group for this project was our club organizations officers and our team captains. What we did was we sent out an email to their sponsors, and on that email, it had the information on the camp, fees, and a Google form. Once the Google form closed and we had all our registrants, then we were able to divide them into their countries, which is what their small groups were. Each country had about 13 to 15 students, and each country had about 2 JCs. In this next slide, it will show information on how we divided them. It was just an example. This is when they walked in after registering, this is how they found out what country they were in.
And now onto resources. Resources used can include all materials for the Amazing Race game, such as playing cards, tennis balls, etc. Butcher paper, markers, paper, and broomsticks were provided to all breakout groups in order to complete their flags. Breakout groups would meet in classrooms to ensure the privacy of coming up with their platforms, skits, and flags. A projector and PA system were used to hold our general session in which we would showcase our presentations. In the theater, breakout groups were allowed to perform their 3 to 5 minute skits. Our local shirt company, La Estrella, provided us with amazing shirts to provide our students with. Chick-fil-A also provided us an amazing deal of buy one, get one free sandwich meals to provide our students with lunch amongst the camp. Name tags were also provided to students in order to be able to identify themselves and what group they belong to. And now on to general agenda. From 8:45 to 9:30, we start off with some line dances, name tag decorating, and shirt distribution while waiting for everyone to join us. From 9:30 to 9:45, we introduce our JCs. We start off with a cool card activity and some icebreakers. From 9:45 to 10, we do the handshake activity and discuss the importance of communication skills and the handshake. From 10 to 10:15, we talk about the camp, the main focuses, what being a leader means, we discuss the breakout groups, and we provide a little school spirit and do the fight song. From 10:15 to 11:15, we do our first breakout group session. From 11:15 to 11:35, we bring in a guest speaker with a story time. From 11:35 to 12:05, we have our amazing race. From 12:05 to 12:30, we provided lunch to the students. From 12:30 to 1:05, we do Fear in a Bag along with general session and a video. From 1:05 to 2:30, we do our second breakout group session. From 2:30 to 2:50, we do a leadership color activity. From 2:50 to 3:25, we do our skits. And from 3:25 to 3:30, we do the rain and thunder activity and our rise up song. Icebreakers. The handshake activity allowed students to meet new students and learn the proper way to greet someone, Webby to Webby. Fear in a Bag gave students the opportunity to share their fears anonymously, which were read amongst the group, and advice was given to those who wrote the fear anonymously. The Amazing Race permitted students to participate in a friendly race of games in order to receive the most amount of points as a group for a prize. This allowed students to get out of their comfort zone, participate in games that they've never seen before in their organizations, and be able to take this back to their organizations. Breakout groups. Breakout groups were randomly divided in between 7 groups, which contained 2 JCs and a range of 13 to 15 students each. Students were given name tags with numbers according to what country they were in, which was our theme all around the world. The random division allowed students to get out of the comfort zone and establish bonds with people they've never met before.
So for the breakout agenda, they had 2 sessions to meet throughout the whole day. And the way we decided to break it up was to give them different goals for the 2 sessions. For the first session, they were supposed to introduce themselves, learn each other's names, come up with a platform, come up with a team name, and begin on their flag design and their skits. So that was the goals that they had for their first session. The way the JCs set it up was that we tried to have the platforms and names done by a certain time so that way nobody could have any repeats. So what we did was through GroupMe, we just sent out what our team had already decided. And if we saw that it was already taken, then we would make our team come up with a new platform or a new name. So that was the way we organized it with that and making sure that there was no repeats. For the second session, that whole time, that's when they were supposed to be working on their flag and their skit, their 3 to 5 minute skit. That was their last chance, which is when they had about 45 minutes to an hour. That was their last chance to finish all products that they needed for their skits that they would present. Our main goal through these breakout groups was for them to pick a platform that they felt strongly about and that they wanted to advocate for. Within that platform, then they had to create a 3 to 5 minute skit, which would be performed at the end of the day. And that is when our countries went up in our theater and they performed their skits. Our skits, which is in the next slide, they were all different, with the different platforms that each group came up with. We had some from gun violence to immigration to turtles and saving the turtles and not using straws and inclusion, and every single skit was just as impactful as their platform was. So what they did, a lot of different groups had their own versions of performing their skits. Some they had a speech in the beginning, some they had a speech at the end, some it was just a full-on skit. But one of the things that we did realize was that some of these skits were really funny, but the funny ones were the most impactful ones. Even though there were some that were really serious and some that were just as impactful as the funny ones, it was just really nice to see how the student leaders got creative with their skits and just with the way they showcased it all. In the next slide, here's some examples. The top one is about, I believe, inclusion. So what we did is we also had a projector in case they had something to showcase. So for that first skit, they were all texting on a group chat, and they had left one of the students out of the group chat. And you can see the messages that's going on through the PowerPoint that's showcased. And then on the bottom one, it's from the same skit, and it's from inclusion again. If you look real closely, there's a student who looks like he's getting picked on. So just the platforms that they came up with and the way they executed them, each skit just turned out to be so impactful. Just in conclusion to the Dare to Rise Leadership Camp, we wanted our student leaders to know the power that they have with their voice. A lot of people underestimate students, but little do they know student leaders are some of the most powerful individuals on this planet, which is what makes our future so bright. This leadership camp was 100% inspired by the TASC Summer Workshop of 2019 at Southwestern University. We challenged our students to rise to the occasion, to challenge themselves, to learn things about themselves that they didn't even know, to learn things about peers that they didn't even know. And this is what the main message that we wanted to get across for the Dare to Rise Leadership Camp was that, we go to school with all these people, but we don't know who they are. And, the networking, communication skills, and all those things we have implemented in activities throughout the day that helped them learn these skills, that helped them grow as leaders, that helped them grow as individuals. We challenged them to dare to rise. We challenged our JCs to dare to rise. Condensing a whole week into one day was one of the biggest challenges that they had to experience. And, from literally from time to time, from minute to minute, from second to second, our JCs were working really hard to make sure that we were able to work diligently, to work time consumingly, and to just get everything done with the same impact through the time we had. Thank you all for reviewing our Dare to Rise Leadership Camp Table Talk. We hope that you are staying safe. We hope that you are staying healthy. And TASC,
TASC, we challenge you to dare to rise.